What do you do when life knocks you down at 6 years old and keeps testing you at every step? If you're Jackie Chionh, you lace up your running shoes, pick up a deck of cards, and prove that the impossible is just a starting point. Welcome back to Inclusivity is Empowering Everyone, a podcast series by Wantedly and I'm Able by SGEnable. In this series, we share the stories of professionals with disabilities and how inclusive workplaces don't just change lives, they unlock potential. Today, we're honored to share the journey of Jackie Chionh. A quick note before we dive into his story. If you're an employer looking to build a more inclusive team, or a job seeker with a disability ready for your next opportunity, you'd want to know about the Wantedly Hire Inclusive Job Portal. It's a first-of-its-kind job platform that curates roles specifically for persons with disabilities. Every job listed comes from an employer who has pledged to create a supportive, accessible, and inclusive workplace. Visit the Inclusive Job Portal now. We've put the link in the show notes. And now back to Jackie. At 6 years old, Jackie was involved in a road accident that damaged the nerve system in his right arm. But he didn't let that define his future. Instead, it fueled a fire in him, a determination to keep pushing forward no matter what. He's now a motivational speaker, a magician, and an ultra and vertical marathoner who has completed over 40 marathons. Yes, 40. And in a world where magic often depends on sleight of hand, Jackie defied the odds to become the one-handed card illusionist. Jackie has always had a gift, a passion for connecting with people, whether through stories, performances, or sharing his lived experience. That passion led him to Ludus Lab, where he now works as a docent guide at the Enabling Village. At first glance, his job might sound simple, leading tours for school groups and corporate visitors. But Jackie brings something special to every 2-hour tour: his personal stories, his energy, and his hope. And when visitors leave inspired, with smiles and kind words, Jackie knows he's done more than guide a tour. He's made a difference. When Jackie first came across the docent role through SGEnable, he had no guiding experience. But Ludus Lab looked past the usual checkboxes. They didn't focus on what he couldn't do. They focused on what he could. He remembers that first interview as refreshingly different. It was welcoming, relaxed, a real conversation. And most importantly, it made him feel seen for who he is, not just the disability he lives with. For Jackie, that made all the difference. Because in past interviews, he often felt reduced, judged more for his limitations than his potential. But at Ludus Lab, there was something deeper. There was trust. And that trust extended beyond the workplace. When Jackie went through a tough time after not passing probation at a previous job, his mentor at Ludus Lab, Yak Song, didn't just send a text. He offered encouragement, invited him out for coffee, and even arranged additional tour assignments to help him earn some income. That kind of support, that human connection, stayed with Jackie. He says it best: "I felt supported, not just as an employee, but as a person." Outside of work, Jackie keeps chasing new passions. He's currently learning Chinese orchestra drumming and West Coast swing dance. Every new challenge is a chance to grow. And for Jackie, growth is personal. He doesn't like standing still. He wants to keep learning, keep pushing, and keep becoming a better version of himself. His dream? To one day be a world-renowned motivational speaker and magician, someone who travels the globe not just to entertain, but to empower. His message is simple yet profound. You can turn limitations into strength. But beneath the strong, cheerful exterior, Jackie also wants people to know something more vulnerable, something real. Yes, he smiles. Yes, he inspires. But there are also moments of sadness, of loneliness, times when he stretches himself just to avoid burdening others. He wishes people knew that behind every strong facade is a human being who also needs love, understanding, and connection. More than sympathy, Jackie wants empathy. More than special treatment, he wants equal treatment. He says, "I want to be treated like a normal guy." And really, isn't that what inclusion is about? Jackie's story reminds us that real magic doesn't come from the cards in your hand. It comes from how you play them. If If you're an employer looking to build a team rooted in purpose, or a person with disabilities looking for your next opportunity, check out the inclusive job portal on Wantedly Hire. Every company listed there is committed to creating workplaces where everyone belongs and everyone can thrive. Thanks for listening to Inclusivity is Empowering Everyone, a podcast by Wantedly, and I'm Able by SGEnable. Don't forget to follow this series for more powerful stories of resilience, growth, and real inclusion. Bye for now.